Hello everyone, my name is Gus.
Hi, I'm Woody.
Today we're going to be reacting to the video of the first underwater cave ever found in Utah.
Cool.
Pretty cool, right?
Yes.
This was a suggestion from one of our subscribers. Thank you so much for suggesting this content because I couldn't have found this thing on my own. And I have a feeling you're going to want to go to this thing. I'm still not sold, but I didn't see the whole video. I just saw the beginning and I'm like, I'm going to stop and watch it with Woody.
Okay, I don't know if I'm going to want to go, but I probably am.
Okay, let's watch it. 2007.
Alpine Cave, okay.
It's
Wow,
elevation 5,800. Yeah, dang. Okay.
We worked hard for a year trying to find a diveable cave, and I happened to speak to U.S. Geological Survey gentleman who is very, very knowledgeable about the water flow in the karst systems in Utah. And he told me that he thought there was a place that a diver might be able to get into. And we went up there with this gentleman one day down to look at this possible place, and it was just choked up full of rocks, but I could see a little bit into a crack. And I thought, oh my goodness, we have got something now. If it's just big enough
Look at his shirt.
get into.
Ed,
These guys are legit. You know they're legit.
Cave
All right.
Adventures, that's cool. Oh, nice tank trim.
And being the discoverers of this new underwater cave, we were privileged to name it, and we named it, or I should say Richard named it, Ichiban Cave, which means #1 cave, meaning it's the greatest, it's the best.
Greatest in Utah. Awesome, right?
Just getting into the cave, right there in the pool. You
Sidewinder.
drop down.
They look
pretty
amazing,
steep
by the
grade,
way.
down to about 11 feet. And then there's a crack that you have to crawl through. Once you pop through that, you pop out into a pretty big cavern. That's awesome.
Did they leave line in there?
10 feet across.
Oh,
maybe a
we're
little
diving
more.
this. Let me change what I told you earlier.
You go down a pile of rocks down to
Yes.
about 20 feet.
Want to dive
And
this.
there's where our line starts. We have
haven't
a
seen
sign
it
there
here.
in the line. That goes, if you go back a little bit from there, off to the right is a passageway we call the rabbit hole.
What's the
tunnel.
temperature?
And that's one that you can
Freeze.
swim through, although the line doesn't go through there. From there back, you pass several smaller side passages, too small to get into, till about 100 feet back in. That's the honey hole. When you
Yes.
first swim along, it looks like the passage is going to end.
They have line in
And
there.
you get to the end and you look to the left and down, and the passage does kind of a corkscrew turn down from 30 feet to a depth of 70 feet.
Oh, I want to dive this.
It
It's
looks
like
so awesome.
base jumping in slow motion,
Oh, I want to dive
where you're
this.
just going down and then you turn a little bit because it corkscrews, you turn the other way, and you float down
Yes.
just like
Look at that.
base jumping in a cave or something.
Ed
It was
Sorensen,
just
let's go.
Amazing experience. The
The
water
mic's got a
flow
mic on.
coming up kind of buoys you a little
Doug.
bit, so it keeps you from dropping real fast.
It's so cool.
But it was just an amazing experience that very first time we did it.
Oh, can't imagine.
From the bottom of the honey hole, we go up through what we call a slippery slide tunnel,
Look at
which
that.
is more like a borehole tunnel, almost like swimming through a piece of pipe.
Yeah, it looks like that.
Very small, and
Oh.
because of the small cross section, the water really flows through there, and so it's blown out everything.
Yeah, there's no
All the
silt.
rock-
really nice.
we
There's
just
no
got
silt.
Slick rock.
Slick
You
rock.
have to try and swim through most of the year. We're just
Look
trying
at
to crawl
that.
through it.
This looks nice,
We
man.
go along, we pass a structure we call Tibby Stable.
Mm.
It's a big flat piece of rock laying right in the passageway that you have to tip on your side to get past it.
They're pulling, so
And
there's
right
current,
past
I assume.
there is where we've determined the Logan River water enters the system.
Very cool.
Above that, we think at this point that it's all the water's coming from Tony Grove. And then we come up into a
Oh, that's so
room
cool.
that we call Jim's Elbow.
Wow.
Dude, it's a
And
hole.
it's interesting because we're swimming through this very small passage. We come up
Air
into
pocket.
that, and it's big. It's
Look at how big that air
30-some odd
pocket is.
feet
You can
across,
have
and that
lunch
much
there.
ceiling. And you can actually
Look at that.
surface in there, and we can get out.
That's my peanut butter and jelly sandwich spot right there.
Cards
go
Against
through what we
Humanity.
call the Florida passage, because it's so big. It's big like the Florida caves.
Wow.
And that's how far
A couple of 100 feet.
from there to Wayne's Waterfall.
It's a smaller waterfall that's only about 15 feet
Inside.
high. It's a cascading
The cave.
waterfall.
This is
And that
epic.
is in a dry section of the cave where you actually get out. Have to haul your stuff up Wayne's Waterfall,
What?
300 feet back through the cave to the structure that is my favorite in the whole cave, and that's the moon pool. There you have to get back in the water.
Wow.
You go another 300 feet and get out again.
Unbelievable.
To get to Vestal Falls. So you're about half a mile back in by the time you get to Vestal Falls.
Bar back there.
We calculate that Vestal Falls is at about the 2,000 or 2,100 foot penetration.
Okay, so we could do it with our
Yep,
steel
side one.
50s and
Yeah,
side.
but remember, a lot of it is dry.
Falls
But look at
is-
this inside the cave.
Like something out of a Goonies movie. Because it
Amazing.
It comes out of almost the ceiling of the dry cave. Wow. And falls down just like a waterfall for just over 30 feet.
They were the first ones to see this.
Into a pool right there at the bottom of the falls that's about 4 feet deep. And the water right there is absolutely unlimited visibility, but it's frigid. It's somewhere in the area of from 40 to 43 degrees, depending on.
That's the only negative I've heard. Okay, I would wear my
Vestal
heated
Falls
vest.
is
Heated.
the most beautiful
Look at this thing.
in the whole cave. It is pristine in
It's
its
epic.
natural state. And seeing something that is beautiful like that is just, it's great emotional therapy.
Mm-hmm.
It's also a wonderful reward for all the work that it takes to get there.
They're wearing dry gloves, so I have a full
When I
heated
get in that
garment.
cave, there's enough intensity and enough danger that I'm not worried about anything that's going on in the outside world. But any cave dive, when you get done, there's a tremendous sense of accomplishment. Just a ton of satisfaction of doing something that's not easy to do, doing something that not everybody will do.
Like, how many people you
So
think
we
have seen that
found
waterfall?
This spring, and we were able to get in. It was just a almost indescribable delight to have that and to be able to go back whenever we can work our schedules together and enjoy it again and again and again. And to me, I don't know, I think I speak for Richard also. Every time I go, every time we go, it's like going there the first time all over again because it's just so exciting. Make the effort to get properly trained.
Bingo.
And you can enjoy this kind of experience. Because without proper training, the experience won't be enjoyable and it could be fatal.
Perfect.
I'm Wendell Knope,
I'm Richard Lamb.
and together we found Utah's first diveable alpine cave.
They're awesome.
By
Awesome.
the way, we're
First,
still looking for more.
okay. First ones, I applaud. My reaction is they get a round of applause.
Yes.
Everything they said, it's unbelievable. They're trimmed, they're
amazing.
planning, the words, their humbleness, the beauty of it. And yes, I absolutely would love to go there.
Yeah, it looks epic. I mean, I know it's gonna be freezing, 40 degrees or whatever.
I have a full heated garment head to toe. You'd have to probably wear one also, and dry gloves.
Yeah, I know. I have dry gloves and the dry suit and all that stuff. But man, I gotta lay my eyes on that waterfall. I have to. I mean, who finds a waterfall? Imagine you're doing a cave exploration, right? You're the first person there, and then you surface in the middle of the mountains or something, like inside the earth, and there's a waterfall.
Unbelievable.
It's like like it doesn't get better.
And there's got to be so much more of that out there because
Oh,
you heard them at the end say, "We're not basically
still
we're not
looking.
done. We're looking. We'll find more." That's
I
amazing.
mean, that waterfall comes through the earth.
They must have.
right?
How about when they found they're like, can you imagine? It's me and you. I'd be like, Gus, it was good so far, right? Look left. Oh, it's a waterfall.
you thought it was cool?
You want to call that Gus?
No,
The Gus?
no.
The Gus Falls, or is that Red Bull Falls?
Yeah,
That's Red Bull Falls?
Rolex, Mastercard, whoever pays the most will get the waterfall name.
I like Dive Talk Falls.
Dive Talk Falls. That's right. I'm sure you will find a way to make it weird though. You'll be like,
What's
Dive Talk, Dive Talk, wet crack. Or
Dive
something.
Talk Hole. That's not weird at all. I don't think.
What? Okay.
Dive
Anyway,
Talk's Wet Hole?
That's
Why
yeah.
is that weird when that's what it is? Anyway, I think that would be a cool
Yeah.
discovery.
Looking forward to this one. Looks awesome. Would love to go. I'm in, Richard.
I'm in.
Well, yeah, absolutely. So let's figure out a way to plan that. There's another thing in Utah that I also want to dive in, so might as well, plan something.
Double hole. 2 in 1. I'm saying at the same trip, we might as well. I agree with you. It's better that way.
God.
It's
Okay.
efficiency.
Wow.
I don't know what it's efficient that way.
Yes. Speaking of holes, it's not the first hole that we talk about. Woody has been obsessed with other holes in the past, like Devil's Hole, which I'm gonna leave right here. In case
Bye,
you guys
everyone.
haven't watched it. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye-bye.